Good morning and welcome back to the Black Media and Entertainment Industry Conference. This is day 2. You know this conference goes on until Thursday because there is no way we could get everything in just one day. So we want you to do this right now. Quickly, text a friend, tell them to get registered if they haven't done so already. They can go to csu.edu/CMAT. That's csu.edu/CMAT. CMAT. Oh, I am so excited today. I am about to pop because I have one of Chicago State University's alums from CMAT, and he is now a radio personality on Power 92. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Rodney HotRod Washington. Hey, HotRod.
What's up, Troi?
What's up, superstar?
You hyping me up already.
Oh my goodness. You know what? There's so much going on in your life. There's so much that you're doing. I mean, you've got the pep rallies going on. I just first want to just take ourselves back down the hallways of CSU when you were a student here at the Chicago State University. Okay, first of all, your professors. And I know 2 in particular, but I'm going to let you tell me about 2 of your favorites.
I would say 2 of my favorites, honestly, Devin. I got to take it back. Devin was by far my favorite. See, look, my son woke up. Come on.
Come on. Which one was that? Is it JR or Legend?
No, this is Legend.
Oh, wow. The newcomer. This is the new heartbeat. Hey, look at.
Say hi. Say hi.
Look at. We see you in the videos. He's in all the videos.
Yeah, so I would say Devin was by far one of my favorites. I say that because when I wrote the email, moving back from Iowa, I was chasing basketball. That was my passion. And I was even playing basketball at Chicago State, not for the school, but like for ABA team. And I wrote him a letter, and I was like, yeah, I'm just looking to transfer from Grayson University to Chicago State. And, my main focus was like, all right, I just got to come home. I was discouraged because I got kicked off the team in Iowa, and I just want to get my degree and call it, just start whatever I was gonna do. Didn't think it was gonna be radio. And he was like, what is your interest? And I remember the conversation like it was yesterday. And he's like, what's your interest? And I was like, well, I like music. And that was it. I just like music. And he was like, you ever thought about doing radio? I was like, it's in the back of my mind, but it wasn't like something that I want to do because I was so shy. And he was like, what about TV? And I was like, I don't know about TV. I'm too scared to be on the screen. And he was like, I'm gonna get you in front of TV. And I fast forward to like a few years later, and he saw me doing like so many funny videos in front of my camera and all that stuff. And he was like, and this is the person that said that they didn't want to be on TV or they didn't want to be in front of the camera. And I was just laughing because I was like, man, it's crazy. But he kind of like broke my comfort zone and everything. He motivated me a lot. And he was always there for me. Like, and you as well. I would say both of y'all, like y'all was by far 2 of my favorite teachers to be around. And I say you because you opened the doors for me in that studio, in the radio station. When I remember seeing the list and it was nobody ever wanted to do a show. And it was just blank. It was always blank. It was just, and I was like, man, all the only people I used to see was like Linda and was a coffee. It was somebody coffee, something like I can't remember.
Oh, you're talking about Cafe Yeye.
Cafe Yeye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was always them 2. And then it was like I say, Linda. It was
Linda Payne. Pat Turner.
Pat Turner was definitely always in there. But other than that, it was like always blank. And
And Fredrina taking all the pictures.
yeah, Katrina always had the. I even got some throwback pictures that she took for me and Q. But I went in there and I was like, man, he was like, yeah, you just go in, you could do a show. And I used to just like go in there and then I pulled in Q, and that was one of my childhood friends. Like, man, me and Q, we never got along when we was kids. Um,
Really?
yeah, we was like, cause we was like playing basketball and I always like get into it and stuff on the court. And him and his, side of town and my side of town. But when I met him at Chicago State, he was like a familiar face. So I was like, he wanted to do sports. And I was like, bro, we should do radio. I got this vision, we call ourselves the TTU Boys, two turned up. And and he was like, all right, baby, I'll do it with you. And he finally, he saw the vision. And then we started, doing the show Tuesdays and Thursdays. And
You guys were like, remember when I first when you told me you wanted to come on and be on the radio, and then you said you were going to have a partner. I said, well, what are you going to call you? So what's your name? You said, well, I'm going to use HotRod, and he's going to be Q Breeze. And I was
yep,
telling you guys, I said, well, I want you to bring the energy, like I want you to bring that energy like the bad boys of
yeah,
Chicago. And you guys said, okay. And then you told me, you said, no, I'm
yep.
going to come up with a name for the show. And that's when you came back the next day and told me that the show was going to be called TTU. I said, well, what does that stand for? And you said, two turned up. I said, ooh, okay. And so you guys, so here you go. Look at this. See this?
Oh man, the old flyer. I did that in Miss Janelle class. I was trying to learn Photoshop.
And you guys had so many of these all around the campus. You would come back and have a different one each week, and the other
Oh
one would
yeah.
be bigger and prettier and brighter than the other one. I mean, but
Yep.
this is the thing, was to promote, and you did a great job of that, of
Yeah.
promoting your show. But I just know that every time I looked around that corner, I would come in there. I said, what are you guys in here doing? And you'd have that big smile on your face, and you throw your hands up, and I throw my hands up, and we'd say, we two turned up. Remember, we'd always do.
That was my goal. I was like, I really like, it's still my goal, where I'm at right now in the position of my life. But in college, it was like I want to bring that feel of like, oh, you in the cafe and you hear Chicago State radio. Nobody not listening to GCI, nobody not listening to Power. We listen to what's on campus. And I was trying to bring that feel, especially with the student life. And I was even, my goal was like, man, what if kids could listen to us in the dorm room? And then it got to that. It got to that point, and then we started hosting, little parties and stuff, the frat parties and all that. And I was like, man, we really could make this something big. And then we started tapping in with up and coming artists like, Tink. I used to, I tell you, like, let me bring Tink up here, or let me bring King Louie, or let me bring
Mhm.
Dreezy. And
And that's the beauty of WCSU, because it is the home of Chicago's rising stars.
yeah,
And, it's important that you embrace local talent, because oftentimes in commercial radio, this music doesn't get played. And
mhm.
that's where we come in at. So when you guys are bringing these artists, I'd be like, yes, yes. Who do you now? Just make sure the lyrics are clean. Make sure the lyrics are clean. And
Yeah.
then some of these artists that you guys would bring in would end up on commercial radio, like Stunt
Mhm.
Taylor.
Yep.
And I forget some of the other names, but you guys used to bring so many different people in the radio station, or have them to call into the shows. It's just never a
Yeah.
dull moment.
I know
Never
we
a
still
dull
had
moment.
I don't know if the interview's still there, but I remember when Emmanuel and Philip Hudson first came out. They was like real big on YouTube and
Uh-huh.
everything. So I know we did they interview there at Chicago State. So that was real big. But that was
Yeah.
one of our biggest interviews.
And then you guys were also, you and Black Soldier and Q, you guys would be over at the games DJing.
Yeah, yeah,
During halftime. That was
yeah.
always fun. We were making a lot of rumble, bringing the
Oh
noise,
yeah,
as they say.
yeah.
Definitely here on this campus. It's a beautiful thing. So you took all that energy.
Mhm.
Now, because now that was college. And we have big fun to this day at Chicago State University, which, by the way, will be opening back up in the fall with all the students in person. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But on this campus, we have to stretch past the campus. And so when you were in high school, you were really active because you were going around your high school selling CDs, right?
Oh, yeah, I was a little hustler in high school. I used to call my CDs the R and Rodney or something like that. I think it was the R and Rodney, and I used to pass out the CDs. Well, I sell them like 2 for $5, 3 for $10, and I used to sell
Wow.
them to all the everybody, the teachers, the police officers. The police officers used to come up to me and be like, Rod, hey, what song? I mean, what CD you got today? Let me see the list. And I used to, just like how I promoted with my flyer, I used to use up all my dad ink on his printer, and I used to and I used to print out all my lists, and I used to like post them up on in the hallways in the T at Morgan Park High School. So I used to post them up, and then people
Yeah.
used to like looking like, oh, I need this, I need this, and I used to have this one. R. Kelly was like, R. Kelly. Um, well, I don't know what he was, R. Kelly, but
I
we used
know
to,
what you mean before everything got
yeah.
exposed.
So I literally had all the Trapped in the Closet. I used to download from Bearshare and LimeWire. I had everything new, and it was something amazing. So I
Yeah.
literally saw an old tape I had at my mom's house, and I was like, dang, let me hear what I used to put together. So it was fun.
Okay, in terms of the pep rally, how did you formulate the pep rally
I
with all
formed,
these children? You're going to all these high schools
yeah,
across the city of Chicago. You're even going past the city of Chicago, suburbs. You're even in Indiana. I
yeah.
mean, how did you formulate that?
That was more of an idea me and Q came up with, playing video games in my room, and I was like, I think we need to do something to, be impactful. And from what I heard recent years, I heard that, bad boys used to do it. They used to go to the schools and all that stuff. And I literally had like a little confrontation with them. And I was just like, I'm not trying to copy off nobody, anything. I was like, but what I'm doing is totally different and more impactful, with these youth right now. Because I'm going in there and I'm not just partying, I'm not just playing the hottest songs, but I'm going there talking to them, building with them, being that big brother. Because I know when I was in high school, we never got anything like that. So I was trying to build up that school spirit with everyone in the schools, and with the teachers, and building that bond with the teachers and the students, and the students with the police officers, and the police officers with the students, and all that stuff. Um, so Pet Takeover, that's how Pet Takeover really came about. Was just like an idea of like, how can we build the spirit inside the schools, and with homecomings and all that. So
I saw one time you were out at a school where when you got there, you told them that you didn't even want the bleachers down because you didn't want
yeah,
anybody sitting at
no,
all.
I
That
hate
was
my.
a very good idea. I thought that was a very good idea. But then there was one time you were doing the pep rally and you went there to have a great time with them, but it turned into like what you were saying. They were having a discussion
Yeah,
about everything. They didn't want to dance. They just wanted to have this discussion about all that's going on in the world. And
yeah.
and listening is a skill. And there you were listening and hearing them. And what are some of the things that some of the young people were saying? What is it that we really need to pay attention to with our
I,
young people?
I think the adults really need to just learn uh the the kids, like learn what they want. Not learn what they want, but like, I know we can't be their friend because we still got to teach them, but we still gotta be their friend. We gotta embrace them and take them in, learn from them, because again, they the future, and they gonna show us. They gonna come up with stuff that we like. Example, Zoom. They gonna come up with, or social media. They gonna keep creating, and we gonna have to keep learning from them and learning how to do what's next or what's hot. Uh, on the TV, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
But
we're used to him.
yeah, he trying to watch TV. But yeah, we just gotta keep building from them, and learning from them. That's that's what I think. Even with radio, like I try to tell my program director, I'm like, we gotta know what they want in the streets, or we gotta know what the kids want. Like, you hear the rumors like, oh, radio is a dying sport, or because, and it's really not.
No,
But I do look at it like it's probably a dying sport with the youth. because the youth have YouTube, they have all these playlists, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, they got all this stuff. So they not really in the car because they in school. They in school from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then when
Mhm.
they get out of school, they going to either practice and they got their headphones on and all that stuff. So my goal is always to like, how can I connect radio with the youth and all that stuff? So me taking a pet rally takeover, tell them who I am from Power 92, tell them like, hey, like this what you want to hear on the radio. Okay, well, let's put this in the lit pit. And that's engaged and all that stuff. So coming up with different ideas on radio, and it's just like a whole whirlwind.
So do you bring any of the kids in for like a session in the studio with you?
Yeah, I started that. I know my program director was nervous about it, and I was like, "Nah, trust me, we need to really embrace that because I know when I was in high school, when one of my friends and he was the first black valedictorian at Morgan Park High School, and when he got on Hot Boys Radio and they shouted him out, like the whole school, the whole area in the hundreds, we was all like, "Man, you on the radio? You on the radio?" Like, and I try to tell him like kids really need that feel like when they know they on a big platform like that. Like so when I brought in Simeon High School when they won the state champ, the girls they won the state championship. I brought in the whole team and I said, y'all get to run the radio, y'all can play whatever y'all want in the 9 o'clock hour. So we recorded it. They all super excited. Recently, I tried something new. Due to this whole pandemic, I did a virtual virtual homecoming on the radio. So I pretty much like had a homecoming on the radio. There's a whole hour of partying and tapping in on IG Live and having the kids let me know what grades they repping and all that stuff. So the freshmen, sophomores tuned in, and
Mhm.
I shouted them out on the radio, and I told them like, what song you want to hear in your homecoming, and then everybody was having fun. They was turning up, so it was a great response.
See, that's great. You were keeping people entertained during this pandemic. I even saw you on your balcony at your house entertaining your neighbors, and some of them were joining in on the party.
Yeah, I'm
That was,
in I'm in an Arabic area,
uh-huh.
so it was like when they found out who I was, like it's funny. I got a neighbor and she told me, she's like, I'm nosy. I'm gonna find out, who you are and all this stuff. And she's like, when I found out who you were, she's like, wow, I listened to you. I know who you are. And then my neighbors, the ones that you saw that was partying with me, they young, so they found out. They're like, no way, you hot rod. Oh snap, I listen to you all the time. And then they was like, man, they saw my speakers and they were like, man, you should bring those out one day. And I was like, you know what, I'll do it for y'all. And I set it up on the balcony. It was the middle of the pandemic. And I just blasted out music and not just, my music, like or what I want to hear on the radio and stuff. Or I literally blasted out everybody, some Arabic music. I
Mhm.
blasted out, just stuff to make people feel good during that
Yeah.
the time. So
And see, that's how we are here at WCSU. Every genre gets played.
yeah.
When you guys were on the air, of course, there was gospel shows. To this
Yep.
day, there's K-pop, jazz, classic rock. All of that is played, on WCSU. Because my thing is, I never wanted your creativity to be stifled
Mhm.
as students here at Chicago State University. So whatever you guys were on, that's what I was on,
Yeah.
and I was there to support that. And I'm telling you, you have just picked up that baton and just went straight running, all the way to the finish line. And I am so, so proud of you.
Yeah.
I want to know, because I see you with your kids all the time. How do you keep that balance? Because I know you're super busy. Because, like, for instance, the time I saw you, and we'll get to that. When I saw you at the big stadium, we'll get to that. How do you balance family life with being
It's
a big radio personality and DJ?
I ain't gonna lie, it's been challenging right now. Just trying to learn, how to be a father, how to be a good boyfriend and all that stuff. And, trying to come home, see my sons before they go to sleep and all that. It has been challenging, but I would have to give credit to my girl. She a great mother. Like she holds it down for real. Like as I'm going to work or even when she go to work, like I hold it down. But it's it's tough. It's like balancing Hot Rod and Rodney. And, you know, I got to put on this stage from 7 to 10. And then I got to come home and be, dad now.
Daddy, yeah.
Yeah,
You cook?
I do cook. I have got great at cooking. My mom's so surprised at me. But I literally like she didn't know I used to watch her all the time when she used to cook. Sometimes I'll be messing up some meals, but I recover from, doing my thing. But I have been cooking a lot. Um,
What do
but
you like to cook? What's
um
fun? What's not a chore? You just enjoy it.
nachos, cat
Ooh, I do. Ooh, I love nachos. You can put everything on them.
yeah, catfish. I've been getting great at spaghetti, so
Really?
I
What's
think of my son like
great at
spaghetti.
spaghetti? That means you must have some kind of special recipe for the spaghetti.
I don't know. I just be having fun with it. So it's just I don't know. Spaghetti is amazing to me now.
Oh,
I didn't like it when I was coming up, but since I've been making it, it's like okay. And I'm not throwing shade at my mom, like she don't know how to make spaghetti, but
oh. I never heard a person that he didn't like spaghetti. What are the foods you didn't like as a kid? Like I didn't like Brussels sprouts when I was a kid, but I love them now.
I never ate Brussels sprouts.
Really?
I didn't like peas. I still don't like peas. Um,
What
what
about
else?
beets?
I never ate beets.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm a very picky eater. Like I can eat the same meals every week and not get tired of them because I just like what I like. I just stick to it.
And you could just eat that same thing every day?
That same I can eat like tacos. I can eat tacos every day.
Oh, wow. Oh,
But,
wow.
but I don't. But I don't. But I can. I could definitely eat tacos every day. But yeah, like I said, just being a father here is and radio. I literally take a step back some days, like from social media, just to like I just, it's so much stuff you see. And I was like, man, I don't want to bring no negative energy home.
Right.
And I've been practicing peace a lot. Um, especially after having talks with my dad after he passed. Um, it's just like he used to stress about a lot of stuff. And he was like, man, I just want you not to ever stress. It's stuff you can't control. You just keep living your life, keep being there for your kid. Or he didn't know I had, well, of course, 2 kids now, but the first one, be there for your son and be there for your family. He's like, but don't stress about nothing. He like, everything will come in full circle. So
That's great advice. You're too blessed to be stressed.
yeah, you
No?
can't. I try to tell everybody, even at the radio station, I'll be like, man, just you can't control certain stuff. Just do what you can do what you can do best. So
Yeah, because the most you can do is the best you can.
yeah.
You know, absolutely, absolutely. I was thinking when I saw you at this huge stadium, and I now know that was Notre Dame,
Oh no,
you
the
know.
dang.
And I'm like, but when I
Looking like
first saw you put up the picture, it was this huge stadium. I'm like, where is he? And you're with the, I guess the sound engineer or someone, and you're walking around. What did that feel like knowing that you were getting ready to rock this huge?
Notre Notre Dame was something special. I'm still doing it. Well, I haven't done it, in the last year or so because of the pandemic. So I just sent the mixes in. But
Mhm.
when I first started it, when I first got the gig, it was crazy. I got the gig from this guy. He was hooping at the Armory on 63rd, and I was like, he was like, yeah. He's like, man, you dope at DJing. He's like, you ever thought about DJing for a school? And I was like, well, I DJ for Chicago State. And I was like, but I didn't have the equipment. I used to DJ literally off my phone, but
You
nobody
did.
never. Yeah, nobody never knew that. I used to call myself DJ Rod off the iPod, and I used to DJ. It sounded good and all that, but then I was like, I got into it with a DJ in a club, and he got jealous. I really looked into like investing into my equipment. So when I invested into it, fast forward to Armory, he's like, man, I play for Notre Dame. He's like, would you want to go? Would you want to DJ for Notre Dame? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that sounds cool. I'm thinking, you bluffing. And he said, send me a mix. So they used the mix for a whole year for the volleyball team. And then the athletic director hit me up and said, can you come out here and DJ a game so we can see, we want to hire you. So I did it. I was nervous, sweating, because I was like, I'm DJing in front of all these people in the basketball stadium. And I was like, you can't play all the hood stuff. Not in Notre Dame. So I'm just like, I was like, man, I really got to learn this. So it kind of motivated me. It was another lane. Like, okay, now I gotta tap into my classic rock. I gotta tap into my country. I gotta tap into, my top 40 and stuff. And when I started tapping into it and learning, they was like, oh, you want to DJ for the football team? And I was like, oh man, that's a whole step. Notre Dame football is top in the country. So when I DJ for them, it was like 180,000 to 100,000 people in there.
That's
Never, yeah,
amazing.
never DJ for nobody never DJ for that many people in my life. So going in there, playing all this, you controlling the crowd. Like I'm playing funny stuff like beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, and they just
Oh, wow.
putting the camera on everybody, dancing. I'm playing Michael Jackson. I'm playing Apache. Um, it's funny how you control the crowd with music. And I
Yeah.
remember one time I played when Cardi B first came out, and I played Bodak Yellow, and it was I was just testing it. I was like, let me just test the waters a little bit, and everybody was singing it, and then
Really?
it
Wow.
went viral. I found out it went viral, and I was like, oh snap! But
Because you had all the kids just,
yeah,
they were doing it.
yep,
Oh man, that's so magical. That
yeah.
is so
Some dope
magical.
moments. Some dope moments.
My goodness. So do you have like when you're doing these big gigs, because you've got some good friends, you got good friends, and some of your friends, I remember them from way back in the day when they were young, much younger than they are now. And people like Tone and Shaq, for instance,
Yeah,
those are your guys. I know those. They were at 106 Jams, where
yeah,
hip hop lives, when I was there. And I was saying to them, you two, and then later they became the Hot Boys,
yeah.
because you could see that they had that energy and that connection, that they could bring that energy, to an audience. And so I saw where you were saying that one of them is you're really close with one of them, and they kind of go with you different places. So when you're getting ready to do these gigs, do you bring people to take the pictures as well so that we can have that
Uh,
moment captured?
yeah.
What's your entourage looking like? I know Chance is in there, every now and then, but you've got all kinds of movers and shakers.
Yeah, I definitely learned to bring. I don't bring a big entourage. I learned like too many people is just it's just not a good crowd.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to look like the guy that brings all the people. So I always bring like my homegirl that I've been building with right now. Her name is Brandy, Lakeshore High. She like does all my visual work. My other guy Miguel, he does all the lit pit work, like far as like any artist I got coming in town and stuff. My guy Steven, he was actually a student, and he grew with me, and now he's like doing this thing and like with artwork and everything. So I got Leo. I got like a nice little crew. Uh,
You've got great graphics. When you post up, everything
yeah,
looks like, because like the lit
that's
pit,
yeah, that's
I
my
love that graphic for that.
yeah, that's my guy. He was actually the head graphic guy for the University of Indiana,
Hmm.
and then he recently got promoted, and so now he moved to Phoenix. So he's the head graphic guy for the Phoenix Suns. So he fits me in when he can now. It's like, but that's still one of my close friends and everything. I appreciate him, heavy. I think it's very important that you have somebody that could do graphics and everything. What you
Yeah.
doing? Come in.
So he can come on. I know he's off to the side over there.
Yeah.
Come on into the frame. It's fine. We're so used to seeing him. And speaking of the videos, because you're so creative,
Mhm.
what is it? You're driving down the street and you think of one of these cute little ideas, and then you just put it up and make the video,
No,
because they're so creative. Do you jot the notes down?
Nah, they really be in my head. To do, I be wanting to do it. I got so many videos in my head that I picture just doing, and it just sometimes be like it be timing. It be I gotta cater to this guy, or I gotta cater to the family. So I really can't drop a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but when I can, I do a little something. But it really be in my head, like just like, hey, just do it.
So funny, like the one you did at the radio station where the young lady was standing in the hallway and you were coming down during the little
Oh, when
dance, and she was
oh,
like,
funny story on that. Like I remember, it's funny. Like, and I always throw this in his face. Jay Allen, my program director. He they didn't want that. They didn't like that record. This is America Childish Gambino. They're like, oh, we can't hear this on radio. This is not radio song. And I was like, Jay, this is a radio song. This is hot. So I literally was like, you know what? I'm just gonna redo the video, and I redid the video. I made it like in the radio station, and I walked around. I did the slow motion, and that was my guy Miguel doing the video. And
and you were shirtless.
yeah, I made a shirtless. I was like, I know my body ain't that good, but I was like, let me just do it just for fun. And my boss hit me, and he's like, boy, what did you doing? I see you on the camera. You got your shirt off. You walking around us. He's like, we got clients in the building and all that stuff. And I was like, Jay, I'm just doing a funny video. I'm trying to bring some traction. And literally, when he saw the video, he saw how many views it got, how many numbers, and he saw the traction of that song just going super viral. And he was like, yeah, you made me like this song. I had to put this in rotation. And
Great.
yeah, it was funny. It's same with Lil Nas X. I remember playing that on the radio, and everybody look at me as being funny, and I was literally on air, and I was like, I want to play a country rap song for y'all, and they was like, country rap, Nathis didn't even know. I was like, yeah, country rap, just play it, play it in your mix. So he played it, and everybody laughing, they calling me like, boy, what is you playing on the radio? And I was like, this Lil Nas X is called Old Town Road. And my boss was like, hey, man, don't be playing no country songs on my station and all that. And I was like, Jay, this is like a country, it's a kid song. It's gonna be, big. 2 weeks later,
boom. The biggest thing all over the world.
The biggest thing over the world. So
yeah.
That was another one. I have so many stories, like the little time that I've been in my, in that chair. I've only been in that chair for about 3 years now. So
well, you've been rocking that chair.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's like I literally I look at stuff now. It's like, I mean, I know longevity. I want to stay in this chair. I want to stay, rocking and everything. But I know it's gonna be somebody hotter than me coming soon. Or down the line. And I remember Devin telling me, and I remember Tone telling me like, you're renting that chair. And I was like, man, it always stuck with me. And I was like, I'm just gonna try to do the best I can in this chair. And not saying that I'm done and I'm tired right now, but I literally I feel complete because I did so much in the little time I've been in this chair right now. I don't feel complete. Like I know I could do more, but I feel complete to the point where my mom, my dad, my son, my girl, my family, friends, everybody, that knows my story, my back end, they seen the progress, and they see like everything that I've been doing. They're like man, even like Devin looking down. I know Devin like super smiling, like
big time.
Yeah,
he
like,
and Herb Kent.
yeah, him and Hurricane. Yeah, I ain't forgot about Hurricane either. Not so. I just know Devin was always right there next to me, like always pushing me further and further. But I just know, like I remember my first show. I literally, after I did my first break, I cried, and I was like, man, like Devin would be so proud of me right now. Like, just I just go back to that email, like me mailing him, like, oh, I just want to just get my degree and so yeah.
All right, well, listen, we're gonna have to wrap things up here. It is a pleasure. You know, you are welcome up here at your school anytime. You can bring the pep rally up here for like Spirit Day is coming, you know,
Yeah,
anytime, you know,
I'm
you're
with it.
welcome.
I'm with
All
it.
alums are always welcome to come back. You can come back and do a show if you want to. The door is
Yep.
always open for you. You know that. You know that. So I
I'm
just want
definitely
to
gonna
give
hold
you
y'all to
a
that.
squeeze hug. Oh, you know this. A big squeeze hug going out to you. I am so proud of you. You know, your sons. Be that example to sample, and that's who you are. That's who you are. You are that example to sample. I am ultra proud of you.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much on behalf of Chicago
Say
State
bye.
University. Thank you so much. Is that legend coming back into the frame?
Say bye.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us
Bye.
today. We appreciate it. Bye. We'll see you. We'll see you in the videos. We'll see you. So what time are you on the air at Power 92 in the evenings? Quickly.
Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
And we can follow you on Instagram.
at HotRod065.
All right. All right. And again, give Q Breeze my love.
I will.
All right. I love you.
All
Squeeze
right.
hug to you.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you so
Thank
much for joining us today.
All
See ya.
right.